below freezing for the rest of the day. So as you're planning the rest of your Friday, just know it's going to be cold. As we get into the weekend, this is what we've been talking about for the past several days. Those temperatures are warming up, but we've also been giving you the first alert about those rain showers that are moving in. So over the next 6 hours, like I said, expect cold weather. Temperatures are going to be in the mid to low 20s throughout much of the evening, dropping down into the teens by the time 9 p.m. rolls around. Now, the next big thing that we're tracking, like I said, is that warmer air. The overall weather pattern shows that the boundary between colder air and warmer air is actually slightly to the north of us. So we're on the warmer side of things in our atmosphere for the next couple of days. There's a dip in this atmospheric flow, and that dip usually tells us that a weather system is moving in, and that's going to be late Saturday night for one of those weather systems. But still, the overall pattern is that cooler air stays to the north, and that'll be the case for Sunday into Monday as well. And even on Monday, we're seeing a dip in the atmospheric flow, so that indicates another weather system is going to move in. But during those times, at least in the afternoon, at the warmest time of the day, temperatures are going to be well above where they're supposed to be. Our average for this time of year is 39 degrees. On Saturday, we'll be at 40. Sunday, 49 degrees for that high. And Monday, a high of 53. Then after that weather system moves through, temperatures drop down to 40. Now, those very warm days, Sunday and Monday, are our two best chances for rain over the next 5 days. The first weather system, and these are going to be two separate weather systems, so be prepared for that. Late Saturday into Sunday is weather system number 1. And then Monday, another weather system is going to move in, which could impact the Monday morning commute. So this is your first alert now that we could be talking about a soggy Monday morning commute. Right now, at least, it doesn't look like it's going to be below freezing, so ice or snow or anything on Monday morning is not a concern. First alert satellite and radar shows where the first weather system is coming from. It's going to swing out of the Texas-Oklahoma panhandle. It's not generating a lot of moisture right now, but what we will see happen is some moisture from the Gulf of Mexico start to push to the northeast, as the weather system pushes to the northeast. And as it does, the moisture and the weather system are going to sort of coincide, and that moisture is going to get wrapped up in the system, and it's going to drive some of that moisture up into our area for our atmosphere to actually work with and kind of think about wringing out that moisture in the atmosphere, producing rain. So let's prepare for the weekend now with Future Track. I'd say have the umbrellas on hand if you're going out late Saturday night or anytime on Sunday, at least through the late afternoon and the early evening. But a lot of Saturday morning, even through the afternoon, is expected to be dry. It's really not until about 8 p.m. that we see that rain push in. Here in Fort Wayne, expected about 9 to, I'd say, 11 p.m. on Saturday night. So that's about the time frame of the rain's arrival on Saturday night in Fort Wayne, specifically between about 9 and 11. And then by midnight, pretty much everybody dealing with the rain. We'll see a little bit of a break on Sunday morning before we see more rain showers rotate in Sunday late morning through about the lunch hour, so maybe into the early afternoon. And then we'll see drier conditions on Sunday evening. You can see, though, even at 6 o'clock, there's still a few isolated rain showers left. So that's why I was saying any plans on Sunday, if you're heading out of the house, take the umbrella with you. Even at 6 p.m. when we're showing mostly dry conditions, we might see a stray rain shower left over. So I want you to be prepared for that. And then here's Future Track on Monday morning, like I was talking about, could end up being on the soggy side that Monday morning commute. And there's quite a few spots of moderate intensity rain indicated here by the yellow and orange. So if you missed it earlier, if you're just catching us on the tail end, this is what we were talking about. With that moderate intensity rain and the fact that this on Monday is going to be the second round of rain that we experience within 24 to 48 hours, we're talking about potentially a half an inch to an inch of rainfall over the next 5 days, which really it's concentrated from Saturday evening through Monday. So it's a relatively short time frame, 48 to 60 hours, that we're going to see half an inch to an inch of rainfall. And I wouldn't be surprised if one or two spots across 21 country, and they'll be isolated in nature, but I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up maybe a half an inch, or an inch and a half, excuse me, which an inch and a half, the more rain that we get, the better. Obviously, we don't want a flooding situation, and I don't think that's going to be the case. But an inch and a half over 2 or 3 days would be really good for the ground because we're still experiencing drought conditions. This is what I was talking about earlier. We're still below, almost 6 inches below where we're supposed to be in terms of precipitation year to date, with half of the area in this orange color in a severe drought, that's level 2 of 4, and this light shade of brown, drought conditions are at a level 1 of 4. So 1 is lower on the scale than 2. It's not the high end, it's the low end. So any rain that we can get over the next couple of days is going to be very beneficial. We need the rain pretty desperately. And I mentioned this a couple weeks ago on the weekend news that if we don't get a lot of precipitation this winter, and we're talking a long time span, obviously, and that could mean rain, that could mean snow, and that means snow melt as well. If we don't get a lot of precipitation in the winter, we could be talking about problems heading into the spring. So that's a long-term impact that we've got in our mind as we move into the winter season is, can we get some more moisture? Can we get some significant rainfall, some significant snow events to help us cut into the drought conditions?